morning children, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine. First of all, everyone wish you a very happy new year to all of you. You take good resolutions and this year and study well. Okay, so we are discussing about the industries in India. Lesson number 7, paper 1. So why the particular we discuss many industries like agro-based industries, mineral industries and all. So when we are discussing all those things, we will definitely have a doubt. What is that? If any industry is setting up in any place, why only in that particular place? Why industries? Why this regional imbalance? Isn't it? They definitely will have a doubt. Why some industries are concentrated in one place, in some areas there are no industries at all. Why this is happening? Because there are n number of factors are there, so many factors are there. By following this table, once we answer this table, you can easily understand why it is happening like that. Okay, first of all, see this, fill in the following table. Serial number, industry, and listen carefully, states in which they are currently concentrated. One particular industry is currently concentrated in one particular state. Why? And why they are concentrated in those states? Why in those states only they are concentrated? Why not in Delhi? Why only West Bengal? Why not in Gujarat? Why only in Ahmedabad? Like that. So, there are reasons. We'll see that reasons today. The chemical industry. First we will see the chemical industry. These chemical industries mostly concentrated in West Bengal. Okay, mostly concentrated in West Bengal. So why it is in West Bengal? What is the reason behind this is, generally a industry setting up on a particular place, they have to see many things. Maybe in that many, for 5 to 6 things they will see. In that 5 to 6 things, if any 1 or 2 things will be come to near to that, then they will start that industry in that place. So here, why in the chemical industries in West Bengal, why it is there is because the nearness of raw materials. Nearness of raw materials. That means the raw materials are more available. Whatever the required material, raw material is whatever the required material for the chemical industry, that is more available in West Bengal. That's why it is nearest to raw material is the reason to concentrate it. In those states, the industries are flourishing. Then for next reason, we'll see the fertilizers industry. Fertilizers industry is more concentrated in Gujarat. Why it is more concentrated in Gujarat? Because mainly we are talking about when we want to keep an industry, what are the factors of production is more important. So what are the factors of production? To produce something, what are the factors of production? Land, labor, okay, and organization, and capital, investment, okay, and even technology. The capital, technology, land, labor available, finance facilities should be available. These are all things are called factors of production. So such factors of production, in that factors of production, which one is more near to that, then they will establish that industries in that particular places. So, okay, fertilizers industry in Gujarat. Why it is in Gujarat? Because availability of skilled and unskilled laborer. Availability of skilled and unskilled people. Unskilled workers are skilled and unskilled. That means trained and untrained workers are available. So, workers is one of the factors of production that is more important. So, here in the chemical industry, because everybody cannot work in the fertilizers industry because that smell and all, it will be very dangerous, hazardous task. So, such availability of skilled and unskilled is more important. So, those are available in Gujarat. That's why this fertilizers industry in Gujarat, because of availability of skilled and unskilled. Next is cement factory. In cement factory, where it is available? The cement factory in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh. Why it is concentrated only in Andhra Pradesh? Because they are here also there are labor facilities available, labor facilities available, and good transport facilities. Labor, that means workers, labor means workers are available here, and good transport facilities are there. Good transport facilities are there. Because transport facility is very important, because cement, once the cement industry is flourished with the raw materials and all, then what happened? They have to go to different places, because it is a basic industry. Cement factory is a basic industry. Basic industry means those industries are based on this basic industries. Other industries are based on these industries. That's why this is basic industry for building construction houses, construction offices, construction barracks and all. Okay, the construction dams and all, the basic industry is cement. So laborers and workers are available, and good transport facility is available. Okay, that's why it is concentrated in Andhra Pradesh. Next you take automobile industry, that is in Maharashtra. It is flourished more concentrated in Maharashtra. Why in Maharashtra? Because the automobiles, once the industries are get the output, then it will be going to it exports to some other countries. So nearness of the sea and easily nearness to sea, and export facilities are easy. Exporting that, seacoasts are there, exporting facilities are there. Okay, and other banks and finance facilities are there. These are all will be favored to that industry on that particular place. So like that, whatever the raw materials, for example, you take sugar cane, just now I said sugar cane industry. It is nearness to the wherever the plantation is there, industry should be near. Because once the sugar cane is ready, the canes are taking, if they transport it is taking much time, then what happens in that sugar cane, there is a content of sucrose content will be there, that content will be evaporate. Once the content evaporates, the sugar will not be sweet. So what's the use? The maximum optimization of production we cannot take out. That's why what they will do, nearness to the sugar plantation, near to the sugar plantation will take, sugar industry will establish, and then that sugar industry will establish, and they can easily process, can start easily, and will get more output and all. So this is the table. We can easily understand the industry, the state which they are currently concentrated, and why they are concentrated in those particular state. I think you all understood, children. Next one is, there is a table you see. See this table. Look at the following graph and answer the following questions. Look at the following graph. What is this? This is graph and answer the following question. This is a production of clothes. Million square meters from 1950 to 51, 60 to 61, 70 to 71, up to 2010 to 2011. The black color is, completely black color is cotton cloth, and other is cloth material. Once cloth is, cotton is weaved and all, cloth material will come, that is cloth. That is brown color, and this is cotton cloth. So the question is, see, like this he will give a passage, or he will give a table or bar diagram, anything. Then he will ask a question. The question is, see the question, what has been the increase in production of cloth over the past 30 years, and what would be the impact of this? So what is the question? What has been the increase in production of cloth? See, from 50 to 51 to 2010 to 11, the cloth production is increased over 30 years. What would be the impact of this? What would be the impact of this? So the answer, what you have to write? The production of, first you have to see how much production it is increased. The production of cotton cloth was 8,000 million square meters approximately in 1980 to 81. That means up to 90 to 81, it is almost approximately 15,000 million square meters by 1990 to 91, and 90,000 million square meters by 2001, and the production has been increased rapidly, 31,000 million square meters approximately in 2010 to 11. Okay. So first of all, what you have written, the increase of production you have written. Then the production of other cloth material was approximately 2500 million square meters in 1980 to 81, and that went up 7000 million square kilometers by 1991, okay, to 2000 million square meters by 2000 to 2001, and 30,000 million square meters approximately by 2010 to 11. See, this was the impact. So cotton cloth and other cloth materials was also increased. So how we will say that? By seeing the diagram, whatever diagram he has given, you have, it's very easy for 4 marks or 2 marks, it is very easy. You have to observe the diagram, or you have to observe the table, or you have to observe the pie diagram or bar diagram, whatever it may be. You have to observe the whatever information skill. This is called information skills. Whatever the information they have given, that we should describe. So the question is, what has been increased the production of cloth over past 30 years? This much increased. What would be the impact of this? This was the impact. Like that, you have to write the question answer to that particular question. Okay, understood this, children? The same thing again, I'll show you one more bar diagram. See this is called, this is called not bar diagram, this is line diagram, isn't it? This is line diagram, okay? Okay, children, we'll see one more line diagram. Bar diagram. Yeah, okay, this is bar diagram. Look at the following charts to show the production of cement and steel. Construct the table to show the increase from 80 to 81 to present times. The first question is, look at the following charts. Both the charts you have to see, and what they said, production of cement and steel. One is cement and one is steel. Okay, steel and cement. Construct the table to show the increase from 81 to present times. That means 80 to 81 to 2010 and 11. That's enough. Okay, that you have to show. So that is first question. And the second question is, what is the positive and negative effects of this increase in production? If it is increased, what is the positive positive effect, and increase negative effects? If it is increased, good, but what are the negative effects also you have to tell. So first you have to write about the details here, and this is the answer. See, details, million tons in 1980, 81, 1991, 2001, 2010 to 11. The table you have to draw. First one is steel. You see, crude steel in 1881 10 million tons approximately, and in 1991 12 million tons approximately. 2001 it is 30 million tons, and 2010 it is 70 million tons. Okay, like that. Finished steel 8 in 1980 81 8 million tons, in 1991 12 million tons, and 2001 31 million tons, and 2011 it is 66 million. That means it is rapidly increasing, isn't it? It is increasing. When you take cement in 1980-81 20 million tons, and 1991 49, and 2001 it is 99 million tons, and in 2010 and 11 it is 210 million tons. This is rapidly increased. So what are the positive and negative effects? We'll see. Okay, see the diagram properly. Positive and negative effects in increase in production. The increase in the production of cement was positive impact on the development of our country. It's a positive, because cement increases them, and everywhere buildings, dams and all we are constructing. So it's a positive impact definitely. And the infrastructure facilities like buildings, dams, roads, etc. are increased due to the increase of production of cement. It's very good. Production of cement is also increasing, and infrastructures like buildings, dams, roads and all we are constructing, that is also good effect of a positive effect. And what is the negative impact of cement production? Negative impact. What is the negative impact? Can anybody tell? Okay, see, there are negative effects also there with the industries. The heating up of limestone and clay may release mercury into the air, which affects the health of the people and pollutes the groundwater too. So, definitely, when industries are developing, there will be a lot of development will be there in the country. At the same time, there are the negative points also there. So, what are the negative impact? The cement industry, when heating of limestone and all,